Welcome back to Paint the Frontline. Today I'll be showing you how to build some new primaris Deathwatch. So in this, I'm not going to be using any Deathwatch kits except for the Deathwatch upgrade sprue. So first I'm going to start out with a normal intercessor body. And I'm going to scrape off the Aquila because it will leave some room for like decorations later. And so once that's all done, it shadows something like this. It looks a bit rigid right now, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some Tamiya extra thin cement and I'm just going to take just a little, so glob off all the little, and this will smooth it out, for it will look a bit cleaner, not rigid and rugged. So there, looks like this. Now, give it a little time to dry, and it'll look nice and smooth. After letting the glue dry, it should look like this. So now I'm going to make it not smooth anymore. I'm going to take a drill bit and a knife to make some battle damage. That video that I posted a little while ago wasn't too good because it wasn't on an actual Warhammer model. So this, I'm going to do it a bit better. So I'm going to take wherever I think a bullet would go, or wherever I think it'd get shot. So there. And I'm just going to do this a little bit of everywhere, because my Deathwatch, I want them to look like they've been fighting for such a long time that their armor is just giving out on them. Right now it looks a bit too even for my liking, but what I'll do right now is I'll change it up. So I'm going to take my knife and very carefully drag it like that to make some sort of scarring from melee that he did. And I'll chip it off a bit. And I can also do it to the little knee protector, I guess. I don't know what they're called. So have that, maybe on his leg. He has one on his knee pad. And I'm also going to chip this, his little neck protector. Like I said in that video a while ago, the little neck protector is what I meant, is this thing. I'm going to chip it off, and where it gets chipped, I'm going to drag the knife along his torso, like something came wailing down, so it cut into his armor. So he has something like this, and right now you'll have the plastic like this. And so I'm going to take more glue, I'm going to thin it out a bit, I'm going to put it into these holes, for it will kind of smooth out to make it not look like that impact just happened. So like I was saying before, like they've been fighting a long time. So just smooth it out and make it look less fresh. There we go. So now I'm going to add his weapons and gear. But first I'm going to put him on a base, for I will have something better to hold on to instead of just the model, which I can break stuff or just be careful with it. So for his weapons, I'm going to do just a normal bolter, and I'm going to do the auto bolter variant with the large drum mag. There we go, and it's added. So I made sure to drill the gun barrel because it looks pretty epic and Games Workshop won't do it. So I'm going to add the 2 shoulder pads. So one from his chapter. I don't know what guy this chapter will be from, but I'll decide when I'm painting. I'm going to do this one, which has kind of a symbol, and I will write something like Xenos or Purge for freehanding. And this is the only thing I'm using from the Deathwatch kit. The Deathwatch upgrade sprue, I meant. Just a shoulder pad. And there we go. So he's already pretty much done. And I'm going to add his backpack also, because what's an Astartes without his power pack? And I know this one doesn't have the camera of the Deathwatch, but then again, Games Workshop did that Combat Patrol, and they just did primaris bodies. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to add the head also. So just a dot, and this is where having a lot of just random pieces comes in handy. Is Deathwatch, they are specialists, and they come from all over. So having just different like accessories or just bits laying around is cool. Like I'm pretty sure this head is from the Primaris Assault Intercessors. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm going to add his pistol holstered on his right leg. for he has easy access. There. And this is probably one of my favorite things. The kit bashing is very fun for Deathwatch, and I'm going to be using parts from the infiltrators for like their grenades, because their grenades are pretty cool. And this guy, I'm going to give him the double knives. So for his grenades, I'm going to put them on his pistol. Pistol holster, I should say. Sort of like an extension that he has. For he can have easy access to his grenades too. And on his back, I want to do the knives. So add a lot of glue to make sure it's strong, and I'm going to put them sideways, for he has some good access to them. And now I'm going to add just some pouches where his ammunition or just whatever is in those patches. And there we go. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to add something more. And there we go. I let the glue dry, and I added some more battle damage to the pauldrons. Just a scratch, some bullet holes. And now, this is the special which I like to do, is I take some green stuff to make some purity seals. And I know the intercessor's box comes with some purity seals, but I don't think it's enough. So I'm going to take just a little blob of green stuff and roll it out to a little worm. You should have some wafer paper or baking sheet, but I don't have any. I ran out, so I'm just going to use my fingers. So I'm going to set them aside, and I'm just going to squish it flat on my hand to get the paper. So then I'm going to cut it into the little paper. This stuff is very sticky, which is good. Oh my goodness, it's very... Okay, anyways. I'm gonna take it off and have a little paper like this. I'm going to squish it and pull it a bit more to make it look more like a purity seal. And I'll choose wherever I want it, and this one I feel like should go on his bolter. And sorry for the background noise. So there we go. Yeah. Green stuff is very good for kit bashing, but it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. There we go. Then I'm going to take another just a tiny little dot of green stuff to be the wax seal. Have like that. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So now it looks like this. I'm going to take the back of my drill bit, and to make the little seal look more like the seal. So I'm just going to press it in and play with it a bit to make the wax seal. Oh dear. There we go. It's not the best, but I'm not the best sculptor with green stuff yet. I just learned how to use it on another of my Deathwatch I did as an infiltrator. These were done pretty well. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Bye.